Alright, what is going on there, guys? So, this is what the car looks like in its final stage. New headlights are in, fog lights are in, grille inserts are in, the little Death Sting pony is in the front emblem, or the front of the car. Not every single thing is on the car, however, the car looks good on camera, but there is quite a lot of paint imperfections. There's a lot of things that my uncle missed or got paint runs in, and there's a lot of things that I had missed as well. As far as my body work, I missed a few dings in the car. The roof dings don't really look like they showed up all too much in the paint, so I'm kind of happy about that. I don't know whether or not I'm going to attempt to try to get them out again, or what I'm going to do. I'll get to that later in the video. But what you're seeing right now is the finished product for now, because I'm going to have to redo this. But this is what the car would look like with shiny paint on it, I guess. The paint looks better on camera than it does in person, quite obviously. The camera's not going to pick up every single imperfection, so you're looking at it and going, holy shit, that looks good. But you know, you get close up on the camera, or close up on the hood, and you can see a lot of orange peeling, especially right here. This is where my uncle kind of missed a little bit up under the lip here, but it's very orange peeled, and especially right here, you can see it's very rough to the surface. The bumper itself, you know, there's a lot of orange peeling in it, but this I could live with. You know, if for a $100 paint job, I could live with this kind of orange peeling, where it's smooth to the touch. Not a whole lot of roughness in it, like especially right here. Well, right here's a little rough, but yeah, there's a lot of spots that we got debris in. Like right here, you're gonna see a hair that managed to get stuck in the paint. So that might have been his hair, my hair, one of the two. So I left that in the paint because that's gonna have to be sanded out. You can't really just, you know, run your hand and then you'll get a streak in the paint. So we just had to leave that in there. Let's see here. Some of the inserts, I didn't put in the inserts yet, but I put in the outside insert. This is very rough to the touch. This fender has a whole lot of orange peeling, but see, like, this is what I was talking about. This kind of orange peeling, yes, it looks bad, but I could live with it, you know what I mean? Like, it's still smooth to the touch. There's a bit of a mirror in there. This kind of orange peeling I could deal with. So, you know, for the most part, it is very orange peeled. I'll get into the reason why that might be in just a bit. There is quite a bit of a ding here. I think the reason why there is because there used to be I filled in a ding here actually at one point with body filler, and I want to think that this ridge right here, right where my middle finger is running across, there's actually a bit of excess body filler there, maybe, that I had missed when I first initially painted this car. I may have actually just gotten too much body filler there, and all I have to do is just sand that. So maybe I'll go back and see if I can get rid of any of the excess body filler that might be there. Again, there's a lot of things when you're painting satin paint, you don't see any of these imperfections. They get hidden very well. And see, this is why when you guys wanted me to do gloss paint, I was very like, oh fuck, because gloss paint is very hard to master on, especially an old car that's gone through, you know, 200,000 miles worth of abuse, you know. So you're gonna miss things, and it's gonna drive you up a wall. And especially me being a fucking anal perfectionist, it's that much worse for me. But yeah, there was a ding right there. You can kind of see it in the glare. There's a ding right where my index finger is that I missed in the door. That ding has to get bonded. And then you can see all these little scuff marks right here. I'm trying to get my camera to kind of shine on it. Right here, under the line is right underneath my middle finger, which would be right there. So that's a paint, or a buff scuff. There's a buff scuff there. There's one here. All along this door I fucked up, and I basically buffed too hard into the old paint, and it made these little scuffs. So you can definitely see them right here. See, all along here. So what it is because the buffer, I was trying to buff right here, and so I kept going very hard into the old excess paint. I didn't notice it until I painted it. So but yeah, there's still some interior parts inside the car I never took out because I'm lazy. My door panels are obviously off too. There's also a rubber gasket, window gasket that goes right here that I haven't put on. I did put on the sail panels, but this is where we missed some paint right along the edge here. We missed some paint right here. So that's gonna have to be redone. The spoiler, we also missed some paint on the edge here, so that's gonna have to be redone. Let's see, without showing my license plate here. I don't know if I'll be able to cover that completely. Yeah, I can't really show too much of the rear. The rear looks no different really. You know, I could probably do it at an angle so you can't see the plate. But there's the rear. The bumper, this is the biggest doo-doo right here. The bumper here. So we got a huge run right here and right along here. So we try to get some acetone and quickly go over the run, but it was too late. It already started to tack on, so it just made it worse. So this bumper definitely needs to be redone. But you know, the majority of the car, see if we can get it as smooth as this. If we can get it as smooth as this, I would be happy with this. Another military jet, hold on. Sorry, I live next to an Air Force base, so time after time we always keep getting these damn military jets. So yeah, there it is. So it looks good from the front, like especially at night. Like you can't see any of the imperfections at night, but I think I don't really know what I'm gonna do. We still have some paint left. I think what I have to do is just sand it with 800 grit. So sand the whole car again with 800 grit. I won't have to do any major body work like I did before, and I think that's what I'll do. Sand it with 800 grit all the way down to where it's just smooth, and then we'll fix up the Bondo work on the door and fix the scuffs in the paint. I think I won't be able to get it done in time to go out to Arizona, so what I will do, it might even make it worse, I'm not entirely sure, but for the parts that we missed the paint, I think I'm gonna just repaint with maybe semi-gloss on the sail panels and the spoiler semi-gloss. I'm not entirely sure if I'll do that. That might actually make the car look worse considering there's paint missing there. I'm kind of want to make it somewhat presentable when I go out there. I don't know if this is what you would consider presentable, but again, I'm very anal when it comes to being a perfectionist and just trying to make it look what I think is presentable, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Give me a few minutes for the sun to really go down. I'll show you what the lights look like. The lights look really good. I didn't blow a fuse, so all the LEDs are in the car. It looks really good, very bright. I'm very happy with the light setup that I have. These lights, though, I don't think I'm going to be purchasing again, though, because they're just such a pain in the ass to get them to work properly on the car. So next time these headlights go out, which I don't think I'll own the car by then, I'll probably just get a single headlight, which these are single headlights, but I'm not going to get these halos anymore. I'm just going to leave them like it would be like a stock headlight where it's just a bulb, really. Oh, and here's the other thing about these new headlights too, and I'm really pissed, and that just goes to show you that Chinese quality, even though these were purchased off American Muscle. One of the LEDs up in here was broken upon installation. Not by me, it just didn't work. So it's either that one or the other one on the other side. The LEDs above the turn signal bulb was already dead when I plugged it in. So luckily I have some spare parts from the old ones that I can just take out and plug in, and that should work. So luckily I have that. But yeah, guys, that's what the car looks like. That is the Death Sting, what it would look like with so much shiny paint on it. I don't know if I'm going to take it to Mako. I'm thinking I might go that route. I have enough money to have Mako do it for me. Just a very plain, basic, shiny black paint job. That would be a little bit better than what we have here. or I might give it another attempt, and because we got some leftover paint, we could probably paint the car at least one last time. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what route. I'm thinking maybe the Mako job, not entirely sure yet. I'm just very lost, I guess. I don't know what I want to do. I don't think I'm going to have planned the next video on the car until maybe after I come back from my trip to Arizona, maybe, which won't be until around the time that I actually get out of school, which will be around June. I think after I'm out of school, that's when I'm going to get back to the car, sand it again, and then we're going to paint it again. So I think when I come back from Arizona and I'm done with school, I'm going to give this another shot, and I might either take it to Mako, or we'll give it another shot and paint it at his house. So don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to go the Mako route, though, because I think you know, for the price that you get for a cheap, you know, $600 paint job, if I do all the body work myself, I wouldn't have to run into having another paint imperfection, you know, doing it there. You know, when you're painting outside, and especially gloss paint, man, gloss black paint, you're gonna have so much debris getting on the car as you're painting the car. And you know, maybe I should have saw this in the future, and I should have just went satin if we were going to do it outside, because when I first did satin on this car, it looked amazing. Like, it looked clean, like you couldn't even see any imperfections on the car. It looked good for a satin paint job, and these cars don't look bad satin. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns on the car, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will now show you what the car looks like with headlights. Mind you, the fog lights, they aren't actually that yellow. In real life, they're actually more of a whitish blue color. It's kind of weird why my camera makes them look more yellow and dingy than they really are. It is literally like a pure crystal white on the fog lights. It matches literally the LEDs above there, and you know, on the bottom. So that's what it looks like with brand new headlights and the fog lights that are completely on right now. And then there's also LEDs that are above the side markers. You can barely see them because it's drowned out by the LED in the side marker here. And I'll go ahead and show you what they look like with the headlights turned on. And here's what the car looks like with the headlights turned on. And so the headlight color matches with the fog lights down there. Again, I'm not entirely sure why the fog lights are turning more of a yellow color on camera. It is literally the same kind of white as the headlights that are turned on right now. So mind you, with the yellowish green tint on the fogs. So they're pretty bright. Obviously it's not completely nighttime right now, but it's shining all up inside my garage right now. They work great. I think the headlight type is made by Cougar Motor, so off of Amazon. Paid like $30 for them. They're pretty bright. I'm pretty happy with them for the price. They don't really fit in the headlight too well, so I had to kind of do some modifications there. I also had to cut away, again, I had to cut more of the headlight housing to get the headlight bulb, the LED, to actually fit in there, because the fan is too big and it pushes up against the housing. So I had to cut some more of the housing out. So yeah, this housing has been heavily modified to fit these type of headlights and the LED bulb. So yep, that's what the car looks like. It looks better at night, mind you. But yeah, I don't know what I'll do with the car. So